What is entrepreneurial marketing? Well, I think entrepreneurial marketing is better used by smaller and medium-sized enterprises. As Chaston states, smaller firms are culturally and structurally more able to respond rapidly to changing marketing conditions. There's a few common features of entrepreneurial marketing, being innovation, risk-taking and being proactive, although risk-taking has been more modernly called taking calculated risks, less of a scattergun approach as risk-taking is. In my mind, a few phrases spring up when I think of entrepreneurial marketers, and those are smaller budgets. An entrepreneurial marketer has to work on a shoestring. He has to create a slick campaign just like his larger competitors, but on a much smaller budget. Creative thinking. Entrepreneurial marketers have to think outside the box. They have to use mediums of advertising and promotion that haven't been used before. For this vlog, I'm going to take a look at Kirkstall Brewery and see what entrepreneurial marketing methods they've used to make their company so successful. So here we are at Kirkstall Brewery, set up in 2009 in the shadow of the former brewery which shut down in 1983. Today, for my vlog, I'm going to talk about the entrepreneurial marketing methods that they've employed to be as successful as they are today. Kirkstall Brewery and a number of other local breweries have taken advantage of the current craft beer trend that's sweeping the nation. A key part of this industry is customer loyalty. You need to create a buzz around each of your beers and your customers need to like them. I think they began only selling their brand at a number of local pubs, which helped them a great deal. A good example of this is at the West End House on Kirkstall Road. The longest that a Kirkstall Brewery beer has ever been on tap is just 3 hours. Another key aspect of entrepreneurial marketing is forming partnerships with larger companies. This allows the smaller company to piggyback on the larger company's reach and get their product out there. Kirkstall Brewery have done this with Lancashire brewer Thwaites. Thwaites commissioned a number of smaller breweries around the area to create a small run of beer to go in their pubs, Kirkstall Brewery being one of them. Kirkstall Brewery also attends events such as vertical drinks. These are events where local barmen can come and taste the beers, be talked around the beers by the brewers and learn more about the product itself. This allows Kirkstall Brewery to get its products into the local bars and pubs. Kirkstall Brewery have recently bought the first pub, the Cardigan Arms, down on Kirkstall Road. Now, prior to Kirkstall Brewery purchasing it, a local cooperative had put a bid in. Now, they didn't raise the funds in time, but I think Kirkstall Brewery obviously saw that the local people really liked the pub and really wanted it to succeed. This is identifying a gap in the market. There's no pubs on Kirkstall Road, so they decided to go forward with the proposal. Kirkstall isn't a very affluent area at all, so the last thing you'd expect Kirkstall Brewery to try and differentiate on is price, but this is exactly what they've done. Now, Trout said that differentiating on price is difficult but not impossible. Kirkstall Brewery have managed to do it. Previously, when it was a Green King, it was full of undesirables. It was cheap lager, football, full of just people making a mess of themselves. It ran itself into the ground and that's why they sold it. Now, Kirkstall Brewery have managed to turn it around. They're selling drinks minimum of £4 and it just seems to attract a better clientele. It also helps that they've created a buzz around their brand by introducing it slowly, as mentioned before, in local pubs and clubs. Now, this means that they've got a loyal customer base who are willing to travel from far out to come and try the beers in the pub. Finally, the Cardigan Arms have decided to start running themed nights on an evening. So they have a quiz night, they have a jazz night. This attracts different clientele other than those that are loyal to the brand. Now, they also have a unique selling point, being a very old Victorian building. They use this to their advantage over Halloween, where they advertise spooky trips around the old rooms that nobody had seen before. In terms of recommendations for Kirkstall Brewery, I think they should expand their social media presence. Currently, they're very active on Twitter, however, things like Facebook, they're not as active on. I also think that instead of just selling real ale, they should start brewing lagers and other drinks. This could expand the customer market. For the Cardigan Arms, I think that they should hold coffee mornings. This will be at non-peak times. At the moment, they're very busy on evenings, but during the daytime, not so much. Recently, they put a brunch menu together. However, I think they could expand on this with things like coffee mornings. I also think that they should make use of the space like they did on Halloween. They've got the space, they may as well use it. It's a unique selling point. It's an old Victorian building. This will attract more customers in who are keen to explore the area. Thanks for taking the time to watch my vlog. I hope you found Kirkstall Brewery and the way that they use entrepreneurial marketing as interesting as I did.